No, I got.
Oh, there was that floating thing was there.
You're live now.
Yeah. Chronicles of the Coast, our weekly Dungeons and Dragons game. This week, definitely not brought to you by substances that we're not going to go into that.
Sugar water.
Before the show, talk about weird things and my mom. Moving on.
Mama! Hi, Mom.
Everybody out there is wondering, like, what?
What kind of show is it going to be this week?
Chronicles of the Coast.
Followers just spiked to 6,000 with that.
Wow. If you have been paying attention, you will have noticed that we have a new campaign set in the homebrewed world of Amarth, which I have been furiously creating content for these brave adventurers to explore. And in the process, we've started off in the small town. Are you having like flashbacks over there, Rick? Okay.
Yeah, no, he's breaking it. He's cracking his neck so that he can get the residuals out.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Like, Rick's having flashbacks and he wasn't even there.
Right? Agent Orange is kicking in.
You're never too old to have a flashback.
So, yeah, we're in Amarth. We're in Fjorta. They're investigating a group of, I guess we'll call them a cult. They're called Genesis, and you're in about midway through the second day. You have a day and a half left to discover and try to stop a terrible ritual from destroying the city. Having done small bits of time travel in a parallel timeline, they know that disaster is coming. And so, we will cut over to the players. Always on top of it. Yeah. Good job, sir.
Right on time.
Rick, you okay? You coming down?
Good. It's all good.
It's coming up.
It's all good.
Everything's starting coming up. So we're leaving the Jarl's house, right?
Exactly where we left off. Good, sir.
You were in the Jarl's house last week, and you had managed to stop and speak with a person in the employ of the Jarl. She is called the Sidmadra, which is a type of seer. This particular Sidmadra, it goes by the name of Torbjorg Littlevelva. And she has looked over some of the papers for the most part. You were asking questions last, and we can pick up right there.
We had asked our 3 questions.
And she had bid us goodbye.
She said she was tired. Reading the fates is exhausting.
Right. Yes.
But it seems like we can return to get more if we have the coin.
Perhaps, yeah. She seemed to be for hire.
Do you remember your 3 questions and 3 answers?
I know that one of them was, can we succeed? Or can we be successful? And
Is it possible to succeed?
Is it possible to succeed? And she had showed us a vision of us stopping the ritual. The other 2 I can't recall, I must admit.
We were trying to track down whether or not we could find the children. No, that's what it was. We asked if it was beneficial to track down the cultists, and she said it was.
Yeah.
So if we can detain them, it would help our cause.
Okay. Well, we know where they're located, or at least where some of them are located.
Let me get out of here.
Absolutely, my friend. Are you ill?
No.
Just sick of the Jarl's face.
Is he still here? I walk outside.
I follow.
Fine. Don't say goodbye. Go about your business. Oh no, it's fine. You're all dismissed.
I didn't stop.
Thanks again for saving our lives. We'll do our best to save yours.
Good luck then.
Same to you.
Aga Policia guide you.
Everywhere I go. go, friends.
Alright, so out of the Jarl's house. And if you all would like, I can show you where this safe house is.
Well, perhaps we should prepare for battle, no?
Is it time to fight?
What do you guys think?
I'm ready for a fight.
No better time than, no better cause than,
So what, we're just gonna raid this place?
we can attempt to do non-lethal measures if it makes you feel better. But these are evil people. We've found that
true.
out.
That is true. We know where their lair is, we know where they're hiding, and we know what they're up to, and we know what will happen if we don't stop them. So I suppose, what else is there?
Checks all my boxes.
Plus, if we never found that kid Olaf, he's probably with them.
He couldn't already be with them. I didn't see a child being held prisoner, but there was a whole floor that I couldn't see.
Is it still windy out? I remember it snowed pretty hard last night.
Visibility
Yes.
was low. Is it still low? Is visibility still low?
Same day? Same day, I think.
The same day.
Right?
Same day.
Same day.
Which was heavy storm?
Yep.
So it's
Same
just
day.
like,
Still windy.
so
Heavy
we're
storm.
we're screaming this conversation.
Yeah.
It's close. We're hovering together.
Yeah, huddle up. Bring it in, boys.
Oh,
Huddle up,
at least I have Han's jacket.
right?
Hans. Oh yeah, that's right.
His tiny body.
Forgot.
Out of it.
I guess I'm like standing above like, what his head height would be. It's like neck height for me. You go like this to touch his nose and just neck.
Right.
Just straight chest.
Perhaps we should go somewhere warm and quiet to make our plans.
Yeah.
Seems like these guys like to punch people in the face. You like to shoot them with guns or rays of some kind?
I have certain
So
abilities.
shouldn't we just
You have
like
guns?
make
No,
a surveillance of the
finger
area
guns?
we're going into?
No? Finger
Let's
guns?
go case the place out first.
I mean, I've already cased the place out. It's a 2-bedroom, it's a 2-story house. There are windows. There seems to be one front exit.
Can you draw a map on the snow?
Sure. Yeah, I draw a map in the snow. It's, what's the house at again? Is this twisted around from all
Yeah, I think it's reverse.
As you said,
the
you
Jarl's house is up here, right?
Yeah, you had to cross. I think you crossed this bridge and came over here or something. Didn't you go mark it?
They began whispering.
Yeah, I
was
did.
over
There's
here.
a C on it.
Uh-huh.
Wherever it is.
A C?
Yeah.
Should be a black marker. Totally visible. Is that a C?
I think it's over here.
It's the other C.
Well, in any case,
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
make
here
our
it is,
way.
right here.
That's a really bad C.
do you remember any
All right.
bars or restaurants or anything nearby
We
that we
sneak
could
up the alleys and then burn the place to the ground.
there might be innocents inside?
Like the child.
All right. So
You know, but you could light it on fire, and that would chase them out.
no, we probably burn down the whole town.
Yeah, that's probably you're right.
Yeah, I don't think fire is a good idea.
I do like fire.
I have a feeling fire's outlawed here, perhaps in
Good reason, maybe.
if we were found to be arsons.
I look over at the house next to us, and it's covered in like an inch and a half of ice.
What are you looking at,
I
baby
don't
killer?
think we're gonna be able to light this place on fire, anyways.
Right, right.
Okay. So what kind of windows is there? Are we gonna go through the front door?
Glass window panes, wooden front door with a latch. To the best of my ability, it can be latched from the best of my ability to tell, it can be latched from the inside.
How close is the roof to the other house?
Close enough for a strong man to make the jump.
Why don't we just bring a ladder?
The roofs are treacherous.
We just laid across.
Thick layer of snow, ice underneath.
Use the ladder to climb up to the first roof, and then take that ladder and then slam it under the roof and walk right across. I hear there's people that use those to cross glaciers and such. Madmen.
All right. I mean, it's as good a plan as any. I'm willing to try it if you all are.
But there's no.
Why don't we
access to
just
the roof,
knock on the
so
door
it's-
and when they answer it, we just bust in?
Can I look like a cultist?
We'd have to. Lando's gone.
Can I like just write on my face like the Genesis symbol? Will that work?
I don't think so.
No.
Not
Might
as a
cause
Jarls,
confusion.
man.
No.
Yeah, it could cause confusion.
No. Okay. So maybe we pretend we're cultist when we come up. Yeah. Just be like.
I mean,
new Genesis, like we're local Genesis 411. You know.
our friend, Taz and I both can do a pretty nasty fire spell that would take out a whole room.
How are you gonna pass this?
Aren't the guards
being
just
the-
going to attack us if we just immediately go here? We don't have the Jarl's permission, right?
It looks like Charles man.
We're Jarl's men, except for this guy who looks like random nobody. And I start tossing his hair.
Plus, it's. With this storm, I don't think that there'll be too many people walking the streets.
All right.
The Jarl knows what business we're
It is
about.
pretty windy right now. Let's go. Let's just strike while the iron's hot, as they say.
So no ladder. We're just gonna knock on the front door.
Yeah. Who wants to talk to you? We could do that first, and then see if anything goes from there or goes worse.
How big is this house?
2 stories.
Is there a way to get to the top and fight your way down?
I mean, it looked treacherous to my view, but I'm sure that there are some among us that are capable of the climb. I myself did not feel up to it.
Well, what if they escape outside the other doors?
Was there a back door?
There was no back door. At least none that I found. So,
Perhaps we attempt to parlay.
Fuck that. Let's just raid them. Break the doors open, move in, get them by surprise. Don't even give them a chance to prepare.
Should we wait till nightfall then?
No, we don't have time. Let's just do it while we're in the middle of the storm.
Fine with me.
Observe first, strike second.
okay.
I will hit you all with a blessing before we go in. So let me know. Give me some sort of sign when you're ready to charge.
We should try to stealth before we get there.
You want to hide? We're here at the Jarl's house. Here's the cultists. You want to take the alleys and observe?
Yeah. Walk past the neighborhood dogs, you know. Sneak through the clotheslines that are still out for some reason. It's like
Alright.
frozen pants. Everybody's like doing lately.
Jesse, what are these?
It'll
Are
fire.
these homes? Are these
Throw them, like,
businesses?
stick them upright.
For the most part, homes.
Okay.
Yes, those are all homes.
And then here,
Homes.
more homes and more homes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sherlock Holmes.
So, all right. So these are all residences.
There's a in-city goat farm right here.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goats.
Okay. Very
The
cool.
source of milk,
Mm-hmm.
cheese.
All right. Now these homes, when I was there last year, they look like, well put together, and they look like more on the lower end of the poverty scale.
Even the poor homes in Dragonsport are well put together. It is a city of expert wood crafters.
Okay.
Everybody knows basic carpentry skills, and many of them are expert journeyman level shipwrights,
Okay.
able to craft a drakkar.
All right.
I would like to begin with stealth.
So what are we gonna do? We're gonna come up through this area and just like slip through the alley right here and observe, see what we can see.
No, we're just gonna look first until everybody gets up, make sure it's not a trap, then move in.
Okay. So one person knocks on the door, the others are looking through the window.
No knock warrant. We're kicking the doors in.
We're kicking the doors in. Okay. All right. Are we all on board with this?
Just beware your targets, please. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Then when we get to right here, let's hit with the blessing.
Anyone without a weapon who doesn't seem to be an immediate threat, try and use non-lethal if you can.
I am attempting to be stealthy. That is a 13.
I am also attempting to be stealthy.
Is that Jesse's?
It took him 2 seconds to notice.
I think it's cocked.
What is
That's
it?
funny.
It's a 5. So it's a 10. 10 total.
Well,
15 for Ember.
15 for the kid.
What was yours?
Well.
12. What was yours?
13.
13, 12, 10,
Yeah.
50.
15. All right. You travel through the harsh, bitter cold and flying sideways sleet and snow of Dragonsport. It is a chilling, miserable walk. Very few people are out right now, although the warmth of fires can be seen throughout many of the frosted windows of the city. Few people who do traverse the day cold do so bundled up in thick furs and heads down, paying no notice to you. You make your way across the bridge, across the fjord. No, wait, you don't have to do that. You're coming from the Jarl's home. You make your way around near the palisades, the city walls, and pass by the market. The market is for the most part completely inactive, with the exception of a couple of determined merchants who stand huddled close to fires, trying to keep the warmth in their limbs.
You got like barrels.
No,
I'm just picturing like New York and like Home Alone movies.
they're totally not just the homeless from New York.
It's this old lady who's got like a bunch of pigeons on her. I'm sorry, shut up.
Nope, those are just rats with wings.
No.
oh no.
They got too close to one of those
Karens.
far realm storms.
Oh no.
Right.
So you move through the backside around the goat farm, kind of dodging and weaving in between homes and barrels of water that are stored outside before you finally approach the backside of the home that you know the cultists have been hanging about.
Alright.
You see that there is no back door. There are several windows on the bottom floor and the top as well. About one window for every wall, it seems, with the exception of the top, only has one single window of its own. Bottom of the building is a stone foundation. The walls themselves are plank, expertly built. Appears to be a forgotten vegetable garden in the back beneath layers of snow. Bits and pieces of weed kind of poke up through the crusty ground.
Okay. Well, we're here.
I make a perception check to see if there are any creatures that are seeing us in this area. Are there any creatures around? I'm gonna look as hard as I can.
You look around to see if anybody is looking at you.
16 plus 5.
A very thick-furred cat is crossing the street. It catches your attention, stops, hisses, and then dashes away down the alleyway, running away from you.
Alright. Nagma, do you want to take the lead on this? You didn't kick that door in?
Sure.
Alright, I'll sit on your cover, okay?
Alrighty.
Alright, you guys watch from this side.
Magni Sanctus. Light flies out of my holy symbol and slowly surrounds each of you as you are now blessed.
Alright. Walk up to the door.
I rush up to the side of the door.
Yeah, I take position on the side of the door with my arcane focus out.
Two of you rush up to across the stone steps and onto the stone landing of the front of the building. You flank the door on either side. Nakma, you approach the door. Ember, you
I'm behind.
stay behind Nakma.
Check to see if the door's unlocked.
It is unlocked. As you fiddle with the latch, you feel that it opens up.
Smile. Here we go. Open the door, walk in.
You
First
open,
person I see, I'm punching in the face, trying to knock him out.
you open the door and walk in. The first person you see is a large, round-faced man. Make an attack roll.
20.
And since that's an aggressive action, we all roll for initiative, and you have surprise round. Cool.
Cool.
13, nice.
And
Look at
punching him out
that.
does 6 points of damage. Or 5, I'm sorry.
Oh, I hope we didn't mess up. We didn't mess up.
Taz, what'd you
We
get?
didn't just kill some people. We didn't
I'm
mess
not
up.
killing anybody.
13.
13 for Taz. Mad Mooney.
Lethal
18.
damage.
18 for Mad Mooney. Nakma.
Yeah.
18, 21,
Ember.
22.
22. No, 21. Plus 3. Plus 1.
Nakma, as you step in, you take a arm back, you follow through, your punch connects with the jaw of this round-faced man wearing a green sort of tunic, a belt, various bits and pouches and things hanging from his belt, a ring of keys, as well as looks like a dagger by the name of a sax, if you know what that is.
SX?
S-E-A-X.
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah.
Okay, SX. Okay.
Hanging off of one side, and your fist connects the force behind it, clocking him to the side. His head snaps to this way to the left. He spins on a heel and collapses onto the ground, face down onto the wooden planks. 3 other men by a fire sitting in chairs look up from their bowls of soup and immediately stand up, throwing their dishware to the ground and draw their own saxes.
Okay.
Ember, it is your turn.
I peek around Nakma.
Okay.
Does this match the description that Taz gave us earlier of the people inside and the cultists? Do I see any Genesis symbols on any of them?
2 of the men are dressed as Taz had described. The man lying on the ground is dressed nothing of the sort, as well as the 4th human in the corner, who is a woman, is not dressed of the sort, although does have a sax in hand.
I peek around Nakba and say, "We are here to stop this devilish plot. If you wish to live or explain yourselves further without any violence, get on the ground now, and we'll consider sparing your lives." And I cast Fairy Fire on the group. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't. That's concentration. Strike that. I'm going to go ahead and...
Well, you're definitely making an intimidation check, so let me have you roll for that with advantage.
Excellent. Ooh, thank you.
Nice. Oh.
Can I...
Turtle Man.
No, he's already got a system.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It was only 6.
6.
Yeah. Well, let me figure out what spell I'm going to do.
While he's figuring that out, my free action is get the keys. I'm just going to keep moving. That'll be...
Nothing happens.
They look at one another. They continue to have their weapons in hand, although you can tell that they're not... You don't know. Mad Mooney.
Well, I've been using my
Oh,
action,
okay,
unless
go
that
ahead.
wasn't- I mean, that could be...
No,
my action.
that's not
Okay.
an action.
Athelia Mortis! And I need the girl to make a wisdom save.
Okay. What do I have to beat?
13.
And I did not.
The vibrations shoot out of my holy symbol, spiral, and then boom, hit her in both ears
Oh.
and do 7 damage.
That's cool.
Necrotic.
She die?
She immediately begins, the wounds around her ears begin festering in blood, and black veins creep out from the area and around her face, and she coughs up some blood that immediately turns black from the magic as she grabs to the ground, clutching her throat, and falls to the ground.
Okay, I back up another 10 feet.
Taz.
It's Mooney's turn.
Mad Mooney, that's right.
I use the disengage. I use the dodge action as I run into the room, and as I run in, I yell out, "We are the Jarl's men, and this is a raid! Where are the cultists?" And as I run into the room, I go up to the 4 guys who are look like they're about to attack. I'm gonna stand.
2 of them on our ground, and 2 of them are still standing.
Yeah, the 2 that I thought there were 3 by the fire.
I knocked one out.
He just took one out.
Okay, so as I walk over to the 2 that are beside the fire, I'm standing in the way of Nakma and Ember.
Yes.
That's my action.
You
Okay.
moved in front of us?
Yeah,
well, I
I'm
was kinda
using the
like,
dodge
that's
action.
easy to do.
Yes.
So.
Okay.
Taz.
Do I see any stairs? I look over. I'm still back against the wall on the outside.
As they've all barged in, you
Yeah.
look into the room and you see stairs, fireplace, stairs to the side.
And is my way clear? Like if I ran to the stairs, is my way clear?
You would run right by one of them, but yeah,
Attack of opportunity right by them, or
quite possibly.
quite possibly. Okay. That sucks. So I will. The one that is right by, the one that would be in my way. I run up until I'm about 10 feet away from it, and I say, "Grovel," and I cast command. Wisdom save.
Okay.
Are any of the people in the room a half-orc?
The one he just pointed to is a half-orc. The other one sitting in a chair, who was sitting in a chair. The other one who's still standing is a dragonborn. The half-orc does not grovel.
Gotcha. Wish I would have known it was that half orc. He has like a +5 to his wisdom. It's fine though.
God.
Taz talks to himself. Damn, that didn't work.
Damn it. Guys, why didn't we call ourselves the Florida Bureau of Investigation?
Oh, that would have been great.
Oh, God.
I still use the rest of
Right?
my.
FBI, open up!
That would be ours.
Okay, I'm just gonna hang back 10 feet away from this dude.
The 2 men who are still standing, you can see that they are shocked. They look at one another. This has completely taken them by surprise. And they are no longer surprised. Neither is the woman on the ground or the man on the ground. Nakma, your turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna go in and start swinging away with my fists.
All right.
Going for that Dragonborn.
You rush up to the Dragonborn. He's standing there, looking imposing, leather armor tight upon his frame, sax in hand, ready to stab or slash.
I'll use my unarmed attack to attack him, to punch him.
Mm-hmm.
Not with
Natural
that.
1.
As you swing your mighty fist to try and strike him in the jaw, he expertly, with his dagger,
That's a 7.
grabs your arm around this way, grapples it for a minute,
Oh, he
and
got
then
me.
pushes you away
Okay.
before releasing you, but causing you to stagger backwards just a moment, thrown off.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's starting to feel sad because like the music is playing. It's just like, oh, we're just beating up people. It's just sad.
Again, I'll use my free action. Get the keys.
Ember.
I'm gonna surveil the situation. They appear to be giving up.
Well, that's
Insight
my
check.
Fucking stupid mistake. Missing. No.
12.
You can see that they know that they are not going to win this fight, but you can see that they also don't much see a way out of it without dying, considering the fact that there is a woman on the ground. Like, you guys have come in and like stated your claim and then just continue to try to beat the shit out of them. Like, don't resist, we're your friends. Gah!
Can't say anybody's friend.
So they're kind of, they really don't know what to make of the situation, and they're ready to fight to the death, but
I'll open my mouth again and say,
Yeah, confusion.
you have one last chance.
go on.
We're showing you how serious we are. We caught you by surprise. We put down your friend there. This is your last chance, and already a spell. Already told the dead, and one of them if they attacked one of us.
Okay. All right. Persuasion check.
Not bad. Not great. Not bad. 13.
Okay. Mad Mooney.
I will try to say something to persuade them while I dodge.
Go on.
So, as I am preparing myself to dodge any attack that comes my way, I say to them, any who surrender will see the light of tomorrow's day.
One of them, hearing that, give me a d20 roll.
That is a 19, -1.
It's getting hot.
Upon hearing that, looking at you, looking down at the ground of the woman, and it's like, what about Velga? Doesn't look like she will see the light of day. And that's your turn, Taz.
I am going to cast darkness on my arcane focus and run past this dude up the stairs.
Suddenly the entire building goes inky black and none of you can see anything with the exception of Taz, who has hellish vision.
Devil's sight.
Devil sight. Casting it on you, you run by. The sound of footsteps, he hears it, doesn't see it, can kind of sense where it is, but you rush right by and head for the stairs. And up the stairs you go to a door that is closed.
Have I ever seen Taz cast this?
No.
Okay.
Anything else, Taz?
If
You have enough movement to make it to the door.
Okay, I'll make it to the door and listen in. Do I hear any sounds?
Yeah, we're gonna come back to that.
Gotcha.
The two other men. Darkness has been cast. A cloud of inky dark has rushed up the stairs and surrounded them and now left the area, and they are once again visible. They can see you, you can see them. They continue to look at one another and what's going on in like shock and concern on their faces, and they throw their saxes down on the ground at your feet.
Okay.
What is it now then? Is it to be an execution? We have done nothing wrong. Is this the Jarl's justice?
Are they wearing the symbol of Genesis?
You can't see its magic darkness.
We saw that.
You're not into magic darkness anymore.
Oh, it
Follow
followed
him.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my fault.
Yeah,
Do we see any of the symbols?
Not blatantly, no.
Not blatantly, okay.
But they are dressed as Taz had described them.
Where's the bearded man?
Okay.
They look at each other, and then they... most of the men here are bearded. You're going to have to be more specific.
The one who's not Nordic looking.
Where's the child?
I don't have enough time.
The child. What child?
Don't play games. You seen what happened to her?
You killed her.
No, he did.
I rush over and attempt to do a medicine check and cast Spread the Dying. If I can. Salvios.
Yeah, I'm not fighting him, so can
Medicine
we drop
check.
out of combat?
They dropped their weapons.
Yeah.
With your 12, you see that magical damage is lethal damage, and she is dead.
Okay.
There is no sparing the dying.
Okay.
Gentle repose. But no, necrotic damage to her head and her ears. She's probably died of an infection within seconds within her brain. Anyways, I'm just like picturing gangrene in the brain.
Fucking maggots.
Well, while we search the rest of your premises, you need to get against the wall right now.
The two of them back up. They move against the wall and they continue to stand there. The half-orc crosses his arms defiantly while the dragonborn just kind of stares you down. He has his hands like this, but
I'm gonna start searching.
Those
Yeah.
two are gonna
We're out
be
of
a
combat,
problem.
correct?
yes.
Okay. I get up to him as I pick up his weapons.
Okay.
And I keep a close eye on him as I stand right next to him, ready to attack if he tries anything. Go ahead and search the rooms.
I begin rifling through the main room.
Give me perception searches.
Everyone's got bless on them too. Who's not doing it?
I am going
Who's
over
not
and
me?
picking up the keys.
I only got like 7.
First off, I see those of importance. It's more than one. And then I will continue on. And with a really crappy 8.
Is the other guy asleep on the
Nine.
floor?
Makes much difference.
Medicine check on the other guy who is still lying down on the floor.
The guy got clocked?
Yeah.
Yeah, that he clocked.
Medicine check on him.
I'm not doing that. I
No?
told you. I gotta stand by this half orc and intimidate him.
All right, give that intimidation roll on that half orc.
I'll do a medicine
I flex
check
my
while I
pecs.
search.
Like Hans pecs. Because Hans looks like he's wearing an open t-shirt right now.
Yeah.
And it's just all hair. It's like bulging out to like here. And I get it all up in
Intimidation with advantage.
It's like the lion's mane. 14.
You can go ahead and believe it's because of the lion's mane, but it's also because you're the most popular executioner. That was definitely cocked. So go ahead and roll it again. Where's your... Oh, you don't have your box.
Yeah, so 14 minus 1. 13.
Okay.
He's not impressed.
Taz, you're at the top of the stairs.
Yeah. Listening into the door, do I hear anything?
Perception search.
10 plus 14.
You do not hear anything.
I will slowly open the door anyways and look inside.
Door slowly opens. You peer on the inside. It is cold in this part of the room. It's almost as cold as it is outside. As soon as you open the door, you can see your breath as the temperature drops. You step in upon the creaky floorboards and look about. You see that there are a set of 4 beds as well as 4 chests. Each one of the chests positioned at the foot of the bed. The beds themselves, 3 of them are made. One is kind of a mess. Bits and pieces of baubles and odds and ends lie about the room. Papers, an assortment of scrolls,
Otherwise empty.
otherwise empty.
Okay. Close the door behind me and look around for another room.
There is no other room.
That's the only room.
The only door at the top of the stairs.
Okay. So I guess I'll go back in the room and search through the chests and look for any clues
All right.
that I can find.
You move in, a perception search. Meanwhile, Ember is downstairs, perusing everything, trying to tear the place apart, finding whatever you can. You see that the main room itself that you're currently in has an assortment of chairs, a dining table. There is a meal from the day's earlier breakfast, which appears to have been last night's stew, is just kind of heated close to room temperature. It's getting cold now, and the stew itself has that weird crust that it forms on the top side of it as it oxidizes. You learned a lot. The kitchen itself has various odds and ends. It's more of a pantry. You see that there is a large slab of stone on top of which there are bits of meat and fish that have been laid out to try and stay cold on the stone.
Real sinister.
Jars of flour, baking assortment of goods,
Cool.
some old crusty bread, dirty dishes lay in a bucket of gray water.
Yuck.
This isn't in the room upstairs, though.
No.
No,
Yeah,
this is downstairs. Perusing through the chests, you open them up, you see that there are an assortment of personal effects, at least 3 different changes of clothing, similar clothing that you had seen Genesis wearing before. You do find an amulet of Genesis among one of the chests, some scrolls, various bits and pieces. It looks like one of them even has letters to a loved one going all of the way back to a place called Concord.
Concord. Okay. And what's the name of the loved one? Jenny.
No, it's not Jenny. Nice try. It's Shahara.
Shahara. And which of the cultists does this seem to be from?
Cannot say.
What language is it written in?
Common.
Common.
Human dialect.
Human dialect. Shahara, you said?
Shahara, I say.
The Dragonborn having his hands up against the wall and facing away from me. Do I recognize what? Do I recognize that back?
The back of the Dragonborn?
Mm-hmm. His backside.
You're referring
ass
to
again.
possibly a frozen Dragonborn that you might have fought in another timeline?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
I mean, I got an eye
It is too
for detail.
difficult to say.
Does that tail look familiar?
Oh, no.
Funny thing about Dragonborns in this universe is that some of them do have tails, and is considered an ill omen, and they are usually ostracized by their community.
Does this one have a tail?
You heard it yourself.
Anyway, what were you guys doing? Did you find what you're looking for?
So why is it so cold in this room? Is there a window open or something?
There's only one fireplace, and the door was closed to this room.
Gotcha. Okay. So I don't find anything else of importance other than this letter.
And even that, how important is it? You have found a symbol of
Right.
Genesis.
And some clothes. I've got about 12% of a plan taking form in my head, but
There is a
let's see what
sword
happens.
under the bed of one of them.
Okay.
Another one has a crossbow with a small quiver of 10 bolts.
Okay. I'll gather up all the weapons, as well as the letter, and head downstairs. And put the weapons far away from the cultists where they can get them for now. And hey, I didn't find very much up there. It seems like they may have cleaned out all the information or any trace of what was happening in here, but
Did the darkness follow you downstairs?
probably.
Right.
Like half-orc just like books it.
Did I find anything else besides keys on that guy?
I turn off the darkness.
Okay. Oh,
And
it's a neat trick you have there.
Yeah, you find that the man lying on the ground, still unconscious, had on his person a pouch with about 27 silver pieces. There was another sax on him, as well as another purse-like pouch that had various knickknacks and things inside of it. The keys to the home.
Keys.
okay.
Okay.
And just various trinkets were inside of the one. You want to know what's in?
No,
No? You don't care about the trinkets? Cool.
I don't care about them.
Trinkets are
Not
worthless.
personal. No, I don't care about them. I'll just kind of toss it.
Listen up.
Close the door.
We know that you are cultists
Closing the door.
of a group called Genesis. We've seen the future.
We read your book.
We've read your book. And we know that in 2 days' time, this entire village will be dead because of you. We've been tasked to track you all down and stop this horrible snowpocalypse.
Your mistress will fail. The
Snowmageddon.
ritual will not be completed correctly, and everyone will die, including you.
You killed Brynhild.
What? No.
You knocked out our good... Yes, Brynhild on the ground. You killed her. You knocked out Vidthar, lying unconscious on the ground, all because you're some self-proclaimed time traveler.
Notice
That's
how
not
he
why I
didn't
hit
deny anything we said.
Yes, I feel like you're
One
not
life
listening.
lost to show you how important this is small price to pay.
You're insane.
Perhaps, but we've seen the future. It's not a prediction. We've been there. And you're dead in the future.
Can I walk over to Umber?
Popsicle.
Would you believe this? You're insane. You just killed an innocent woman.
As far as I'm concerned, your cult is responsible for all the deaths in this entire city.
Our cult?
Yes.
If it's not
Madmen, all of you.
then tell us what it is.
What is?
Genesis. You better start talking. If
I don't
we're
know.
such madmen, then think of what we'll do once we get frustrated and run out of patience.
Well, you already brought the Jarl's favorite executioner. I don't have to be a time traveler to see the future and where we end up at the end of this.
That's pretty true.
So go ahead. Finish it. If this is the Jarl's justice.
So you'd prefer to die than just tell the truth?
Can I still
truth?
walk over?
You just ran in here and killed an innocent woman, knocked another man out, and threatening our lives with no rhyme or reason other than you're time travelers, and you're utterly insane.
Right, but we asked you about Genesis, and you've dodged this subject multiple
Right.
times now.
Okay. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's an organization named Genesis. Are we a cult? No. We're not some crazy cult. We don't go around killing innocent people.
So let me repeat myself.
Debatable.
In 2 days' time, your cult is responsible for all the deaths in this entire city.
I don't understand or believe any reason
There-
on how you would know that.
There's a grove
You're throwing out accusations. What, am I guilty of things I haven't done then yet?
Yes.
outside of the Jarl's longhouse. There are cairns there. They will be used, along with an innocent child, to conduct a ritual that will ultimately fail.
I walk over to one of our friends who's been talking, and I whisper into their ear, "Hey, can you ask them who's been enchanting the fucking Karens? Like they're enchanted right now. Nobody can walk into them. Somebody had to do that.
I'm getting to the cairns.
Who enchanted them? And then insight them on that shit."
There's a grove.
Yes, the Jarl's Druidic Grove.
We know that you plan to use it. In fact, I seen a man enter it just earlier today. I've seen the books that you plan to use to enact your ritual, and I know its nature. Madmen we may be, but it's clear that we have knowledge. You will fail. And I am trying to persuade him that I am telling the truth.
Persuasion check.
16 was 521.
Can I give guidance to checks?
Oh, and
Is that how
hold up.
that works? Does
He's
bless
blessed.
bless is only attacks and saves.
Oh, that's right.
But guidance can be used on skill checks, no?
yeah, but
Yes.
21.
Okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Use guidance retroactively. You want to give him guidance?
Yeah.
Do it.
So while he's speaking, I just mutter him under my breath, auxilium. And you just see a little glow around him.
Okay, guidance is a die 4. Okay. Plus 3, so that brings it up to 22, 23, 24. I speak the truth.
You're telling me that you're some magical time traveler, that in the future, our gift to mankind, to half-orc, to dragonborn, to all mortals, that we seek to make a better world ends up in this town dying.
Sadly, my friend, yes.
And how am I to know that you are not part of some cult that seeks to twist and turn this all around?
Because we can give you details. Details inside this protected grove, of which no one else has been privy but your group. We can give you details of every stone.
You are the Jarl's men.
Just listen to my words. For once, in your thick skull, hear me and understand what I'm saying. We can give you details that no one else could possibly have. Do you understand? Or should we speak to someone else?
Details.
Ask us anything about the grove, and we'll tell you exactly how you died.
Everybody knows that the Jarl's men can get into the grove.
Have you seen us before? Oh shit, never mind.
We are not the Jarl's men.
Who are you?
I punch him in the stomach as hard as I can. I'm talking about Soleus here, Taz.
You punch me?
Yeah, I punch you in the stomach. Not like an attack though. I'm just trying to get his attention. Like,
You take 1 point of damage.
Seems a little unnecessary.
Mooney.
So what?
trying to
If you're
work
telling
here.
the truth, then what do you want us to do about it? Why do you come in here and murder? Because the only people I've seen claiming innocent lives are you. And you come in here saying that I'm the bad guy, that Genesis and our plan to try to help the people, that makes us evil.
Torbjorg has foreseen it. The more cultists that we capture and sequester, the less likely this is going to come to be.
No,
So
where is
with
the
your
tiefling?
assistance, we can find the rest of your cultists and put this to bed.
This goes all
No
the way
one
to the top
else.
then.
No one else needs to die.
Where's the
It does
tiefling?
go to the top.
She's not here. She communicates through dead drops and missives.
And when is the next drop scheduled for?
Noon tomorrow.
Where?
A courier brings a letter to the door.
A courier.
Yes. It's not always the same man.
so the kid's probably not here. It's probably with that person right now when they show up.
No. The child is not here.
Thought you didn't know anything about the child.
Well,
I thought the Jarl's men were good men. Guess we're both wrong.
Lucky for you.
Can we take like the Dragonborn aside, do like the good cop, bad cop? It's like, hey man, look, your friend's coming up the river.
Just say what you do, man.
No, it's not. I don't do that. I just sit there still waiting and see what you guys do.
listen, this goes beyond the Jarl's men. Innocent lives are at stake, and whether or not the Jarl's men have honor is not what the point is here. You must help us locate this tiefling.
Innocent blood has been spilt. You've given me no proof. For some reason, I'm still listening to you.
Call it self-preservation, then.
What more
Perhaps
proof?
that's the only reason I am speaking to you, my own self-preservation.
That was my point. Yes.
Yes.
Well, we can always just take him to the Jarl and have him lock him up.
Well, I murdered my way into this.
So you, well, is there anywhere else in the city that your cultists are residing? If you come with us, if you explain what we've told you, we promise no more bloodshed. All we ask is that you wait out the 2 days in some sort of captivity until we can stop this calamity. Once it's stopped, then no more crimes have been committed. Show us where your allies are. I promise.
Persuasion roll.
That's not bad. 16?
$16.
We shall see what happens.
I don't like it. I don't like you. I don't like that you barge into this man's home. That you kill the homeowner, his wife. You lay him on the ground unconscious. You make accusations against people who have done nothing wrong. No crime has been committed. And then you ask me to betray my brotherhood when we only seek to make the world a better place. I will not go with you to point out more members of Genesis.
Then we have to tie you up and take you to the Jarl.
Better than my head on a pike.
Well, it might end up there.
It might.
Sooner than later.
Or when we fail, which we will without your help, we'll all end up frozen icebergs, just ready to be toppled over and shattered into 1,000 pieces.
Or if you fail and Obsidian is successful, then this entire city will be blessed with sorcerous power from that boy.
Obsidian, you say?
Yes.
You didn't have that name before. Thank you.
That name will do you no good.
Perhaps.
She's not some devil for you to command. She's a savior. She will guide us all into a new beginning.
Does she have a medallion like this?
Not if killing
Exactly
children's
like that.
involved.
Where did you get that?
We got it from her when she killed everybody in the town.
It's not a
In the
modern-day house, dude.
future.
Yeah, she killed everybody in the town in the future, and she also killed all of you without a second remorse. And then afterwards, she said, "Huh, I guess I'll just have to try again with fire." And then she tried again.
Yep.
She would never part with that. That's impossible.
I just remember her throwing it on the ground and spitting. She called all of you useless.
That's what I heard.
She did not say that. That's a deception roll.
Give me bless.
You have blessed. Oh, you mean okay? As when he starts to speak, I mutter under my breath, Exilium.
Give me it. 11.
I'll give you advantage. You have a trinket that you should never have.
Yeah.
Okay.
12.
Plus 2.
Yeah, that's the 12.
Minus 1. Sure.
The boy.
The boy now.
His name is Olaf.
Yeah, we know that.
Bingo.
He lives across the street.
Are you shitting me?
That's why we stay here. We've been watching him.
Oh my gosh.
Over there or over there?
One of our men went out today, supposed to drop a package. Obsidian says that there are interlopers who've been asking questions. That they sought to interfere, Jarl's men. So we dropped off a package. You were supposed to pick it up and rifle through it. Inside there are plans that were going to lure you away to a cairnstone outside of town. Apparently she underestimated you. You clearly saw through the ruse of her plan and disregarded everything in that package.
Absolutely.
That is exactly right.
Or maybe we got lucky.
Which is why you should not lie to us any further.
That's why we are the Jarl's men.
I see through lies like I see through darkness.
Olaf has been learning how to hunt and fight. He wants to be one of the raiders. One of our own is supposed to pick him up tomorrow afternoon. His name is Torkil. They call him the Wolf.
Just say what you're gonna say, man. I can't remember everything.
I didn't meet him.
I met Torbjorn. Not Torkil.
No, he's Torbjorn.
There's a lot of
I don't
names.
think we
I
met
don't think I've met
Torkil.
Torkil.
I don't know. I think he saved a guy with a pie last night.
No, that wasn't. That was. That's the new raid leader. His name is. Jesse. Do you know what it is? I have it written down somewhere.
I can't.
Yolvik?
Yolvik,
There it
that's right.
is.
Aw,
Yeah,
man.
Yolvik is my drinking buddy from
Sorry, guys.
last
Yep,
night.
raid leader Yolvik, right there. Never heard of this Killjorn.
Torkil.
Torkil.
And where's Torkil?
The wolf.
He dropped a package off outside of the Jarl's for you to pick up.
Oh, it's Beardy.
So that was Torkil. Well, he disappeared. Where would he go if not back here?
He was merely supposed to drop the package off to lure you away before he made a disappearance. We don't expect him back until tomorrow.
When it's time to make the pickup.
And then the ritual begins.
Without the child, is there any chance the ritual will continue?
We need somebody with dormant sorcerer powers.
Yeah, that's
The child doesn't know he's a sorcerer yet.
It's not that hard to find.
Are you using him?
It is hard to find. How do you find somebody who isn't a sorcerer yet?
Yeah.
Magical blood courses through him, but without any signs.
I don't know. Look for people.
How are
with
you all
weird dreams.
locating children with untapped magical potential in the first place?
We've been here a while on the search. There are certain cues you can find. The ones who always seem to be at the epicenter of a storm, or magical anomalies seem to follow them. It's power that's not yet awakened.
Meet like today.
Are his parents aware at all?
No.
Very well.
Sure wouldn't be happy to know his parents died.
His parents aren't dead. They're home right now.
They died in the attack.
This
Be
ritual,
frozen soon.
will it kill the boy?
Shouldn't.
If it succeeds, as you had hoped,
The
would it
ritual
kill the
shouldn't
boy?
kill anyone.
You see the pain that it puts on people?
It shouldn't cause any pain.
He
And if it does, it should only be momentary.
He looked
Before
like
it spreads the sorcerer's power throughout the entire population.
He was in agonizing pain.
Okay. We performed it before in a
Did
smaller
you see it?
magnitude.
Did you see it?
Controlled environments. We've been successful in spreading magical energy to smaller animals.
Wait, you're making sorcerer cats and shit?
A few. We realized the threat that they had, so we put them down when we were done.
Jesus.
I feel like we're wasting time now.
Yeah, I'm just
I got all day. Where
trying
are
to
we
get a
going?
sense
I
of
got nowhere to be. His
people's
tiefling
moral
friend doesn't show up
compass
till
and-
tomorrow.
Moral compass.
That's right.
We
Your
want to
moral
help
compass.
the people.
You want to help the people.
By freezing them?
Do you plan to ask the
By
permission
giving them
of the boy's
sorcerer's
parents?
power.
Tell me, truly, do you
failed.
plan to ask the boy's parents permission?
Sorcerers are not looked upon kindly in Dragonsport.
So it's a mercy you fancy yourself doing for this boy?
If they all have sorcerer's power, they wouldn't ostracize the boy. If he comes of age and his powers develop, they might not keep him around. If they keep him alive.
When he says that, a little tear goes down the side of my cheek.
And who are you to choose?
We are Genesis.
That's what I thought you might say.
Ignorance.
And who are you to bust into a home and kill an innocent woman?
Tie them up.
I'm the Jarl's man.
Those who have seen the future, we told you.
Nekma,
Right.
tie them up. I give you my rope.
Okay. Tie him up. Tightly.
I use my rope to tie him up tightly as well.
Two of you tie them up with the rope, leaving them in a corner. They glare and scowl at you the entire time. The Dragonborn has putrid breath as
Yeah,
it...
we'll gag him.
Does it match mine?
Oh, no.
And you tie them up and leave them to the side. The Dragonborn and a half-orc tied up, left against the wall, in chairs,
Yep.
near a dying fire.
We'll throw a couple pieces of wood on it.
Oh, kind of you.
I like fire.
I don't do that in real life, like in the game, but John Walls is laughing.
Taz.
Nakma likes fire. He's freaking cold.
One option is we
This
wait
is
for the dead
weird.
drop.
Man, these are fucking...
I don't see what other option we have.
So we just gonna wait around till noon?
We go to the parents' house. We try to explain to them what's about to happen. They either believe us or they don't, but either way,
No,
we don't leave
just-
the house
we just
until the boy's
literally-
protected.
We just literally heard him say, if we tell his parents, they're gonna not want him to be their kid anymore.
Either way, the boy's a sorcerer, Mooney. It's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then where do you place sorcerers in this place? I asked the half-orc that. Where is safe for sorcerers to live?
I mean, we wait for the dead drop where here.
That's where it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I like where you're going with warning a child. I don't know if telling the truth to their parents. I don't know if that's beneficial right now.
So what do? We wait here for the dead drop, keep our eye on the house next door, and when Torvik approaches, we just make sure he doesn't get away with the child.
We
Child wants to leave with Torquil.
We could stake it out.
He does.
That's right.
Wants to get trained.
Yeah, we just stake it out. We wait for him to show up, and then we wait for the tiefling to show up, and then we take them all. We just keep capturing them as they come. Since they haven't committed a crime yet, we tell them what's up. And we
I
have
don't
them
think the
leave.
tiefling will show.
If
Right,
all of his
it
friends
was-
are here, he won't
it
be able to
was-
deal with it.
Dead drop with the child and then the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
The tiefling should be waiting up with the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
He's waiting
Why don't
out
we
in the
wait
cold
for
right
him?
now. We're not waiting at the ritual for him. We have to get the boy first.
Half-full. What is the plan? Torquil will grab the boy, then meet you all here, and then you all will head to the ritual site.
Yeah.
I'll have to find a safe
Is he
place.
lying to me?
Insight check.
Yeah.
15 or 16.
I give him assistance.
Not better than
You believe him.
his. Okay.
I'm rolling an insight.
I mean, that,
I roll an insight check.
19.
You believe him.
Okay.
Give me that guidance. Just kidding.
I believe him, but I remain skeptical.
Exactly.
So with that in mind, I think the best thing to do would be, is there a window that looks out to the house next door?
Yes.
Okay. So we tie these fools up and we
tied.
wait.
How do we get to the ritual site? Can we get in the ritual site now?
How do we save everybody?
Do you have the capability of going in there? 'Cause so far, it seems that whatever protective magics keeps other people out. Is there a way that you get in?
Beginning to think that you're all not really the Jarl's men.
What does that matter? Answer my question.
The Jarl's men would know how to get into the grove.
No, there's a new protective barrier that's never been there before.
It's not new.
Oh?
I am clearly not a Jarl's man.
I roll my eyes so hard I see my spine.
I am quite obviously a nondescript commoner, per my request.
That is one of the most unusual things I've ever heard.
Can't tell by the
I've seen
odor.
your frozen dead body.
An illusion. What are you hiding?
Future is different than illusion.
What am I hiding?
What are you hiding?
Well, I once ate that guy's ass.
Are you sure it was that guy?
I'm pretty
think it
sure it
was.
was. I
Well,
remember an ass.
either way,
It was a dragonborn.
Yeah.
I'm hiding my true form, which your puny mind could not comprehend.
Comprehend that.
Yeah. All right. I can see we've worn out our welcome with you.
Nice.
Guys,
Much better.
is that our
All
plan?
it is like outlines.
Yeah. You don't like your plan?
No, I'm just making sure that you all agree with it.
We're not going to just sit here and
well-
wait for the kid to show up and then take ownership of him.
And what? Show up at the ritual?
We don't show
With
up
the
lich- The kid's the whole linchpin. They can't make
The
a
kid is the
sorcerer
ritual.
We
without
can't-
the kid.
They'll come to us for the kid.
Yeah. If we find that
Or maybe
kid
they'll
first,
just delay the ritual and try again some other time, at some other city, some other way. Without stopping the tiefling now,
He said
this
that
is just going to happen again.
Right.
he said that it's hard to find
Yeah,
children with magical
hard, not
abilities.
impossible.
I wish we had
I'm not
like,
just gonna
a
abandon
spell or
this
something
child.
to locate an object.
True. True.
They will at least try to find out what happened.
But we're not forcing a conflict by just hiding the child. We're only delaying the inevitable.
Right.
We need to meet this head on and get it over with. And get out of this stinking frozen town that my lord has sent me to.
So what do we do to keep the child safe? Leave him with the Jarl?
No, it must be with us. There's nowhere else that's safe.
So we take this child into the very danger that we seek to protect it from?
And
Then
we'll
what?
force a confrontation.
You gonna take
Yeah.
him forever? You gonna watch this kid? You gonna raise him?
And we're gonna give it back to the his parents.
You're definitely
He's
not
a
going to eat him.
sorcerer. You can't just give him back to them. It's like
nobody-
handing them a loaded gun.
Well, we can worry about the child's fate after we make sure the child is not a dead man in 2 days' time.
Right, that's more important.
Again.
Again. I
Same
still
with
can't-
us.
Yes. Late. Wait. Where are you?
So, the dead drop
Show me my name.
is only the location, right?
Here?
What's the dead drop giving us as far as information? The child is across the street.
The child across the
We
street.
know where
They're picking him up at noon.
We know where the ceremony is going to happen. What's the dead drop going to give us? What information are we missing?
I don't know.
That's what I've been trying to figure out.
All right. So he made it clear that the Jarlsmen know how to enter.
Mm-hmm.
We could easily just go ask the Jarl.
Yes, we need to do that now.
So
I stole your
suppose
food.
One of us could go do that, but these men must be guarded.
Why don't we march them up?
Bring them to the Jarl.
Steal from the mouths of Vithar
I
and
think
his
if we
dead
do
wife.
this, we don't know where else they have. We don't know where Torquil is. If he sees us marching these men to the Jarl's house,
That's a good point. He might be watching us now.
He only needs half of rations.
We need to save the child now.
You have an uneasy sense of being watched.
We need to save the child
yeah.
now.
My danger sense kicking in.
okay? So there's no other.
Without the child, there's nothing.
All right. So
They can take them. and
Save
go
the
elsewhere.
child, save the world.
keep these three people tied up, and all of us head next door, all at once.
My friends never asked this.
Perhaps
What-
I could go alone. I am human. I can knock on the door. I can try and speak with them and reason with them. And if not, if you all don't hear from me in a certain amount of time,
Use what you know. Torquil wants to train the boy. The boy wants to be trained.
right?
Mm-hmm.
They have met a man. They think him to be a friend. He will be teaching their son a trade. They have high hopes for this.
Have they met Torquil before?
Right. I'm up for it.
Half work? Has the boy met Torquil before?
His whole life.
Anyway, my friends never asked
Even
this.
worse.
Why would the ritual go bad and kill everybody?
It won't.
When it does, why does it?
Will.
It won't.
It
But
did.
when it does, why does it?
Let's just pretend. Shall
It's never gone bad.
Okay,
Let's just
well,
pretend.
if it does go bad, why
we?
would it
Use
go
your
bad?
imagination.
Probably goes bad because a bunch of bumbling jackasses from the Jarl barge in to screw everything up, kick a stone that shouldn't be touched, and then kill everybody.
In the future, we die on the street. We're nowhere near.
No, that does happen. Because the Jarl died right there.
The Jarl does try to stop it. It's true. But it's not because of us.
No.
We died on the street.
The ritual should not go bad.
Let's just pretend it does.
Well, then use your powers of imagination to go solve this mystery.
That's what we're trying to do, goddammit.
Well, looks like you get to eat his ass twice.
The truth is, nobody asked for your ritual. And I get that you think you're doing a great thing here, but these people wouldn't take these powers if you offered it to them.
No.
There's a reason why you're conducting this in secret. Stop playing the altruistic angel. You are no angel.
And who are you?
No, neither am I.
I'm the man who dies as a result of your actions.
So what?
So we're going to fix your mistake and you're going to help us do it. And
I've helped you enough. I'm done.
I guess I should head next door. Unless we have a
Give it a
better
shot.
plan.
Would you like me to go with you?
You do look like one of the Jarl's men. Perhaps they'd be more willing to listen to us.
We'll watch these guys.
So
All right?
you guys go.
The man on the ground begins to stir a little bit.
Time up.
Tie that one up.
What happened?
Cover his wife
Oh yeah.
with my cloak and a
should we-
tablecloth.
Should we take a quick break right now? It's not too late. It's
Sure.
8:37. It's good time.
You tie up a man, through a blanket or a sheet or something over his wife with a rotted brain, and we take a break.
It's a break. We'll be back soon.
Ready, set, go.
Ready, set, go.
Ready, set, go.
Red light, green light.
All right.
And we're live.
We're live.
Right? 5, 4,
3,
2.
No, we're sorry.
We need a
Right up.
Off camera, these four came up with a lot of crazy ideas. One of them involved pushing all the children and 3 gnomes off of a bridge.
Liar!
The 3 gnomes is by accident.
Yes, totally.
We thought
My
they were
mistake.
children.
Yes. Well, one of them we didn't like.
I'm surprised I haven't gotten any funny images from Reginald Trout about that.
Look, we knew that the
Oh.
dwarves weren't them, at least.
Too much facial hair.
Yeah.
So now
And fat.
you say
Yes.
that you get the sense that we're being watched. Is that true?
I do have that feeling.
Maybe you should go upstairs and look out some of the windows in
Good idea.
in the room upstairs. Perhaps someone is
No,
watching.
you
us.
already left, remember?
No, I didn't leave yet. I haven't left
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
All right.
I'm still
Awesome
here.
you're
Are you
around.
drunk?
So I take I quickly lead the other guy whose wife is dead into a different room.
Oh, that's right.
There are no different
And
rooms in this house.
upstairs,
One room. Yeah.
upstairs, and I'm like,
What happened?
I'll cover the wife.
Where's Brynhilda?
I'm sorry, she's been injured.
Why did you break into my home and attack me?
We're the Jarl's men.
Oh God, it's Hans.
You're harboring criminals and people.
Oh God, it's on.
Yes.
What did I do wrong?
Oh God, he's tied up, right?
Yes,
Yeah, he tied him up. Yeah.
Wait, who?
I did.
This man's tied up now?
Yes. Just before we went
Yeah,
on
we
break.
carried him up there.
On a chair. Is that... Are you going to kill me then?
No, it was never my intent to kill you. There are terrible people that are inside of your house. They kill everybody in the town. They've been planning it for a while.
I don't know what to say.
What do you
Is it you?
What do you know about that half-orc and that dragon folk guy? I can get you out of this, but those guys they're up shit creek. They're wanted by the Jarl.
I didn't know.
Are you part of Genesis?
Who?
Knock him out from down below.
He's looking out the window. He's looking out the window.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. You're upset.
He's like,
I don't know Genesis. They're travelers. They came by ship
No.
and stayed here, and they asked for a room. They have helped around the house and done work for me. Chopped wood, brought supplies back. Not only have they paid for a room and board, but they have helped.
You know that kid
It's a facade.
across the street,
I
the blonde
know
one.
they are blonde here.
I can't remember
Yes.
his name for some reason right now, but
There's a child across the street.
Olaf.
There's
yeah, Olaf.
4 of them. Family has 4 children.
There's a boy named Olaf over there. These men, they're going to kidnap him.
Why?
They use him in a dark ritual. See, they're gonna kill everybody in the town. They said if they can't be sorcerers, then they're worth nothing to us.
Oh God!
The whole town will freeze.
I supped with them.
I'm sorry.
I supped.
Look, man,
It
whatever
is
you
cold,
do
I
inside of your home
understand.
is between you and whatever gods. But
No, it is cold. I get it.
yeah, but
What?
Stay warm.
these guys are trying to kill everybody. Just stay here for a minute, okay?
You need to get them out of my house. Then.
We're trying to do.
Where's Brynhilda? I want to see her.
Yeah. About that.
I punch him on the arm.
Hey.
And I look over at him and I say, I'm terribly sorry. Your wife is dead.
No. My little morning dove. What happened?
It wasn't me.
It's my fault. I rushed the situation instead of asking questions first, and I got your wife killed.
Oh, it's the executioner lives up to his name then. Please untie me. I wish to see her.
I untie him.
And he takes the rope off. He stands up as quick as he is, like, Brynhilde! And he rushes downstairs to try and find her. Finds where the sheet is over her, sees her in the horrible disfiguration from the magic, and just openly weeps. Lying on top of her, holding her hand, crying out. It's sad and pitiful.
Instead of staying upstairs,
Not pitiful, but it's
Nakmoth
sad.
follows him down and just stands in front of the closed front door, between him and the door. He just stands there, so he can't leave in his saddened state.
Yeah, he doesn't really look like he wants to go
He
anywhere.
might, irrational thoughts come across people's minds quite quickly.
Yeah, he casts Eldritch Blast on you.
I know.
No. He continues. No, he openly weeps very loudly, and it's a sad sight.
I'm gonna grab up a couple of the Genesis medallions
Yep.
and put them in my pack and give Ember a nod.
Let's go. Let's go save the world.
At the door,
You're going
put a
across the
hand
street, right?
on Ember's
just stay
shoulder,
here.
and I lean in and I say, Nakmon thinks he's seen something. Take a look around.
Okay. We step outside and I take a good look.
Perception search.
Not good. 110.
You don't see anything but snow and the quickly disappearing footprints of your own journey up
Entrance.
Wow.
Looks clear.
All right.
Let's go across and talk to him.
Okay. I head across and I knock on the door.
Stepping through the cold wind and snow, you move to the door across the street. You give it a gentle rap upon the wooden frame, the wooden planks, and after waiting, the door opens up, creaks. The warmth of the inside opens up quickly. A woman, a little heavier, with a brown dress, and over the dress is a sort of bright blue apron. Over the top of that, hanging from a belt around her waist, are keys to the home and other various things. Some of them look more along the lines of Lucky Charms and sorts like that. Not the cereal, you jackass.
After me, Lucky Charms.
Lucky Trinkets. The knockoff brand.
Kind of like what I threw away from the other.
The
Yeah.
horseshoes are upside down.
Yeah. And she looks at you and is like, a man of the Jarl. And who might you be?
Good evening. My name is Bjarnold.
Okay, that sounds like a real name.
Good evening. What is your name?
That's good.
But please, come on in.
Yes, it's quite cold outside.
My name is Helveti.
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 Let's not let all the warm air out.
Yes. Let's
I
go
rushed
inside.
in. That is a lovely name.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Is Olaf at home?
Oh, yeah, Olaf is home, yes.
Can you call him forth? We need to speak with him.
Might I ask what this is about?
He's to begin his training with Torkill tomorrow. Is that correct?
Yes.
We need to speak to him about that.
Okay. Unusual, but
You can be present. We're not hiding anything. Can you get him for us?
indeed. Torkill! Wait, sorry, that's the wrong man.
Yes. Olaf.
You know, you have.
knows
Olaf comes running. Torkill's here.
I have a child named Torkill that we named after him.
Oh,
You know,
Torkill and Torbjorn and
he's
Torbjorn.
a long
there's so
time-
many layers to this.
Long-time family friend, Torkill. He's been a good man to us.
Sadness layers.
When we thought we would lose our home, Torkill he paid for it.
Oh no.
Wow.
Olaf!
Oh my god.
Olaf! No, Torkill, not you! No. Oh, sorry, Mama! Yeah, Olaf, yes! Another child, looks to be about the age of 12, is walking down. You see a familiar face, though not racked in pain. He comes down wearing a bright green tunic, and underneath it a thick woolen purple heavier shirt. Coming down the stairs, his bare feet thudding against wooden planks. He's like, what is it?
Olaf. Handle this. Olaf.
Yes?
Are you ready to begin your training?
Sorry, yes?
Are you ready to begin your training?
The training starts tomorrow is what Torkel said.
The first lesson.
Oh, what?
Always expect the unexpected. Get your things, let's go.
Oh no, I thought you were gonna fucking just kill him right there. Always expect the unexpected.
You have failed.
I immolate him from the inside out.
Okay, I'll go get my things. And he runs up the stairs and he begins gathering his things up. Oh, this is most unexpected. I thought that would be Torkel, but you are a man of the Jarl, and who better?
Quite an honor.
Indeed.
Helveti, when did Torkil begin to, provide charity for your family? Was it about 12 years ago?
Oh, Torkel has always been kind to the family. He's always helped to provide for things. I mean, my husband is a fisherman, and at times in the winter when the food is a bit more scarce, Torkil has been there with coin to help. My father saved Torkil's life when he was but a boy, and Torkil has always shown similar kindness upon us.
Okay. While I'm waiting for Olaf to get his things, I'm just gonna casually wander around the house and not the whole house.
Don't
just
mind me.
The room that we're in, just like looking at any pictures, or anything that they might have.
Are you hungry? Can I provide some food for you? I've got a good herring stew going now. Do you need provisions for the journey ahead?
Absolutely.
I've got.
We're starving.
I have some harder bread. I'm afraid it's not fresh, but I certainly have enough lutefisk to help you. I've got several of the jars of that. It should help. She hands you 3 jars of this unusual looking gray slurry with lumps in it.
Delicious.
As well as a warm bowl of
It's like
stew.
a fish stew.
The lutefisk?
Is that preserved fish?
We'll get into that detail later.
Boy.
She hands you several
It can't be as
jars.
bad as haggis. I mean, that's probably about the same, no?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
If you have to ask.
You graciously accept 3 jars of
absolutely.
lutefisk, and she does hand you both a hot bowl of a fish stew, which is mostly just a brothy water, bits and pieces of what look like fish, and carrot.
Great.
Very sparse.
I eat that.
I eat it quietly.
After a few moments, the boy comes running down and is like, I'm ready! I got all my things! Where are we going?
The journey is long. We must be going.
I hope I got it. Do I... What's next?
We leave this room.
He runs over to his mom, gives her a big hug, and is like, oh, don't you worry, Olaf. You're in the hands of the Jarlsmen now. They'll teach you good. Everybody applauds the Jarlsmen on their bravery and their honor and valor. You go with these men, and you'll come back a man. I miss you, Mom. I'm going to miss you. I love you. Oh, I love you too, my little dumpling. They give each other a big hug, and it's a bit long. You can tell that the boy is very attached. And he's like, I'm ready. Where are we? Lead the way.
Farewell, Helveti.
You take good care of Olaf now.
That's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
I trust he is in good hands.
We leave.
And you step out back into the cold. The door closes behind you. Your belly's kind of a little warmer and fuller with the fish stew. And
Fantastic.
a young 12-year-old Olaf in a traveler's cloak is wrapped up and bundled and looking at you all set.
Follow us.
Okay.
We walk across the street.
You walk across the street. And we gotta go get Torkel, huh?
in time.
And a few other things, yes.
You walk across the street, open the door.
And I open the
That's
door.
completely unnecessary, but yeah.
It's unlocked.
As you guys hear the secret knock, you immediately suspect that Torquil has arrived. And you turn and open the door is a nondescript, average-looking man.
It wasn't
That was
locked.
222.
I say to him.
Right. Damn. This is our new knock.
Yes. 223.
That was the old knock.
And Olaf on the heels behind you as you step in. The man Vidthar continues to cry over his wife on the ground, and Olaf looks up to you with a look of confusion and concern. What's going on in here?
Your training begins now.
And
Sit still and quiet, and we'll explain.
Patience is part of the hunt, my young friend. You must obtain it.
bundled in his traveler's cloak, he leans back against the wall and tries to stay out of the way, trying to make sense of what he sees in front of him.
Excellent.
How much more time before noon?
It's past noon right now. You're in the afternoon of the second day.
Wasn't the pickup set for noon?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So we have the boy an entire day early.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
So now the question is, what do we do with these two, and what do we do with him? You suggest that we climb right down the belly of the beast.
Just take him to the Jarl.
Taking all prisoners and anyone of import to the Jarl is a good choice.
Prisoners? Sorry.
Quiet. It's a good choice. It's safe.
I agree.
Transporting prisoners is always a risky business.
It's just right up the street.
Giving them to the Jarl is a great idea. Getting them to the Jarl is what I'm concerned with.
You think he's gonna kill them all?
No, I think that they have friends that will want to liberate them should they see us.
Men attack us on the street.
Perhaps.
Jarl's men.
That is a good question, or that is a good point, I mean.
You're probably right.
Just
will.
take him.
Jarl's men are
Place
not.
bags on their heads.
Once they see
Let's
their
go.
friends tied up and being shuffled down the street towards the Jarl's place, they're likely to know the jig is up.
Which will delay the ritual and stop our confrontation.
Which we want. Right?
No.
We want the confrontation.
We want the
okay?
confrontation, yes. So,
So then we must go get the Jarl and leave these men here.
you think you'd leave protection? Most likely not.
Just take them to the Jarl. It's a simple choice.
Jarl knows how to get in the ritual site, no?
Right.
You need to know that
And we
anyway.
do not.
And the safest place is probably to keep the kid and with you guys at the Jarl.
Splitting up's a bad idea, no?
I just want to help him.
Splitting is a bad idea. And on top of that,
The guy whose wife just died.
The widower.
The widowed.
Widowed.
I'm telling you, these people are careful. We haven't spotted anyone yet, but it's likely that we are being observed or will be observed soon at some point. If this place seems to be abandoned, or if something seems to be have had happened here, the jig will be up.
You got a day. If they leave, they leave. We'll just have to find them another time.
I mean, Torquil's a resident.
Yeah, his whole life, apparently.
Where is his home?
That is a good question.
Ask
Maybe,
the boy.
maybe.
Olaf. Where's Torquil's home? It's not a test. Just tell us the truth.
Oh, Torquil, he's one of the Jarl's men. He stays with the Jarl.
At the stronghold.
Yes.
So we would have just taken
should
it
go there.
right to him.
Why? What's wrong with Torquil?
More silence, please.
Now we must go tell the Jarl that more of his men are traitors.
Misled, perhaps.
Yes. All right.
Let's go to the head of the snake.
Fine. So we get these ragtag, crusty cultists up, drag them out of the house. We march to the Jarl's house, and we say what? Your trusted friend Torvik is misled? Part of the ritual?
It appears so.
All right.
Their plan was to procure the boy.
You can't tell lies, so let's just do that. It's just tell them the truth. It's the only thing to accept. You've got a medallion, show it to them. You know what happens.
Very well.
Best way to get spies on your side is to turn them onto your side.
Very well.
So we leave the grieving husband and we take the prisoners with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I walk over to him
Go ahead.
and I'll say, I'll come back at dusk.
The grieving
Show me
man?
where you want to bury her.
Not even looking at you, just like tears, his face red, strained. He's dealing with a lot of heartbreak and a lot of emotion right now. His snot is just running down into his facial hair. He's a huge mess as he just he's bawling his eyes out. He can't even formulate words right now.
Pyre it is. I'll be back at noon. At night.
I want to gag the two prisoners, and if possible, put a blindfold or a bag over their head or something as well.
Just rip off the sheet that had the lady.
No. I
Start ripping up couch cushions.
I mean, there must be a
My
line.
house!
Maybe there's like a burlap
Kill my
sack
wife and
with
fuck up my
potatoes
house.
in it
Sure,
or something.
flour.
Yeah. Yeah. I grab a couple empty bags, put them over their heads,
Okay.
gag them as well.
With a gag and sacks over their heads, they are essentially blinded.
I pull a dagger and put it to the back of one of them and say, if we are attacked on the street, you will be the first one to hit the ground.
Which one?
Well, isn't that convenient? I co-op. No, wait. Isn't that convenient? I cooperate and she'll plan on killing me.
If, like I said, if we're attacked on the street, you will not be a liability. You will be a corpse. Let's go.
Let's go before the storm lets up.
You get the other one,
Right.
the Dragonborn.
Yeah.
You have the half-orc?
Yeah.
Very well. I will,
Pick them up.
I will be behind you two. Arcane focus out, just looking around at rooftops, doorways, everything.
I stealth into the shadows and try to follow them.
Sure you do.
Look out.
It's cacked.
No, it's flat.
17.
No, it's not. That's not flat.
Sure it is.
No, it's not.
If you can read the front, if you can read the top, it's not cocked.
From where I was looking, it was just an angle on the top.
It's a book. What do you want from me?
It's a flat surface.
Stop
It was
rolling on a book.
roll. Oh, let's go. Let's go. So it's like 30 something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 20 or 30.
No, it's 23.
That's still good. It's still good. It's still good.
You move out into the cold. You have two of the members of Genesis with you.
Right?
Yeah,
So
it is windy.
Super windy.
It's very windy, very cold, and you move out into the opening of the town. It'll change up with my not good speaker. And what do you do? Where do you head to?
The
Jarl's
Jarl's.
To the Jarl, right up the
So-
street.
Yeah, straight up the street. I believe that's his house, right?
Just go stomping straight down the middle
Yeah.
of the road.
Mm-hmm.
We are the Y'all's men.
Mm-hmm. Can I make perception checks as we go?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm hiding in the shadows and I'm looking for everything that could be seen as threats in the snow blind.
Lizard eyes dart from place to place.
Does that count? Or is that one cocked?
That one's flat. It's not touching the other side of the book.
So 17.
That's good.
I do the same thing. It's not as high as that.
That's good. That's what you got.
You don't see anything. despite the uneasy feeling that you also feel like you're being watched.
Even in the shadows, jeez.
Yeah, even in the shadows, you feel like you're being watched.
My spines go up and I shiver.
It's cold. And you proceed to make your way to the Jarl's home. You take the alleyway across the street until you're basically a straight shot all the way. Oh yeah, it's basically a straight shot all the way across. You make it to the stairs and you ascend the steps to the Jarl's longhouse, Great Hall. And once you're up there, you make your way straight to the doors. You open the doors up. The blast of the heat of the bonfire that spans the length of the hall greets you, and you push your way in. 2 prisoners in tow.
Yep.
I would like those intelligence survival checks now on their bindings that you did to tie them up.
Wait, did I only tie up the guy who was knocked out? Just kidding.
9.
Rick, you tied up 2 people.
11.
Yeah, you tied up the man that they untied.
Oh, there's one.
There you go.
25.
There you go. The homeowner was tied up great before you untied him.
I thought I tied up.
What was the first roll? A 4?
9.
A total of 9.
Plus 5.
Yeah.
I use his bless. I'm kidding.
But here you are. You walk in. The Jarl is standing there, and you can.
Why did I try to escape when, like...
We don't know.
Doesn't matter. I'm hiding in the bushes.
Are you still outside then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll
You,
stay-
you stay outside.
I'm
and
listening from the outside.
You cannot hear anything. No, not even
Can I
that.
climb on the roof and do?
No.
So do we make it to the Jarls
You
without
might be able to make it up to the roof.
Ice on
Maybe.
everything.
Yeah, there's ice on everything. It's a tall building, and you're not gonna be able to hear anything because it's windy and snowing, and there's a bonfire on the inside.
Can't you hear the wind in the
It's just. Oh, they're whispering.
They're talking about me again.
Okay.
I can hear the whispers. That's the.
I
noise.
remember Taz's. I'm just kidding. His safety word, and I wait for him to scream it.
You got safety word?
I stay by the door to the longhouse.
The Jarl is sitting
Like
in his
inside.
chair this time. He's kind of leaning back, a hand against his head. Is this progression then?
Yes, we've sequestered 2 of their cultists, and we're out looking for more. Do you have somewhere safe we can put them for now?
How about the gallows?
So far, they think that they're only here to help.
They have been cooperative.
My lord Jarl, where is your man Torquil?
I do not know. I've not seen Tortkill today. I thought I'd see him for the raid this morning, leaving with that crew. But when he didn't show, I filled his position. Nonetheless, with Tortkill and Leif gone, Jolvik will make a fine replacement. He saved a man just last night.
I heard tale of that, actually. Quite brave. You have brave men at your disposal. Do you have any more that you can trust? I fear that you should try to locate Torquil. I fear that you should send some men after him, for he may no longer be the man that you think he is.
Your
Not
house has
only
been
then are you
compromised.
responsible for the deaths of 4 of my trusted, but now you seek to lay blame on a 5th man.
I only seek to ask him questions. He may answer for himself, and he can see if he speaks the truth. But his absence is most curious indeed, and by these men's own words, he has been labeled a member of this Genesis cult.
Yes, indeed, by these men's own words.
We ask not that you pass judgment, only that you find Torquil, so we can speak with him.
I already have men searching for Tortkill.
Okay.
I know everything that happened.
Excellent. So, I'd prefer you didn't kill them straight out. We only want them held for now. They might have more information.
Until I can find a reason for them to be guilty upon a law written in stone, I see no reason to execute them.
Can you hold them?
I will have my men find a way to secure them. We do not normally keep prisoners here, although they would be bound and chained, probably in the same cellar that held you 2 days ago.
Yeah, well, we've also found a boy.
I know.
He's standing right there.
I know. This is the boy we believe is the one to have been part of the ritual.
Oh, he did.
Right, and you believe that the boy has some sort of dormant sorceress power.
And that is what these people of the cult believe, yes. And that is what we are afraid they're trying to capitalize on.
So what is the next move?
Tomorrow at noon, Tolkien was set to take this boy and train him in the ways of the hunter.
Yes, I know. What is the next move?
That is a good question.
We confront the tiefling and put an end to this.
I've been unable to locate her.
You've been unable to locate her?
Cannot find her.
We know where she'll be
We've
during the
learned her
ritual.
name. Her name is Obsidian.
I know.
You do know.
Yes, I know all this.
Probably in this room.
How do you know this?
And the Jarl. I have resources. You met one of those resources just this morning. Do you truly believe that if I had a Seed Madra at my disposal, that I would not be using her to scry upon you? She's been watching your every move since you left this morning.
God, I smelt something.
Are you going to kill us?
Everything that she has told me, you have just told me yourselves. That you stumbled upon a home, killed an innocent woman, uncovered what appears to be an organization that wishes to spread magical powers throughout the people.
Yeah, I was just a little worried about that accidental death.
Yes, that looks bad on all of us, doesn't it? When the Jarl's man goes around and starts killing the innocent people of his own town.
Right.
But you lied to the man, and he does not necessarily believe that it is you who are 100% at fault. So, good misdirection on that part, I guess I could say. I'm intrigued. I'm curious to see where this goes. I'm afraid at how many more lives it will cost, but you have a boy.
They tell us there's a secret to getting into the grove. What is it?
You need to have a druid with you.
And are there any such people with those abilities here?
I have 3 druids under my employ. They protect the grove and use it for certain ritual and circumstances that they need. Religious rite and whatnot.
And how well do you trust all 3 of them?
I'm beginning to question how much I trust anyone these days.
Perhaps you should locate the 3 of them?
Fine. I'll have more men looking for them. But if I'm having men who are corrupt searching for men who are corrupt, and
Yes,
word
I know.
spreads
Never gonna
fast,
find anything.
Well, where do they usually spend their time? These druids. Where would you send men looking for them right now?
the grove would be the first place I'd look. Anywhere beside that, I'd have them go out and look upon the groves on the outside of the city's walls. But it is a vast wilderness out there. And my Seed Madra can only track one person at a time. I had chosen to have her watch you to make sure that you are true to your word. It seems I can trust you more than my own men, for which I might have to decide to pardon your crimes against the city if all of this goes well in the end.
Well, perhaps we should head to the grove and see if the druids can be found there. And your men can look outside the city.
If there is a druid inside the grove, the protective barrier around it will be down.
Very well. I can think of no other place to focus our search than the grove.
Right?
Well, it's a small area, so it shouldn't take you very long.
Ember,
What would the tiefling be doing there early?
She
prepare.
might not be there early at all.
Don't want to tip our hand.
Well, I'm not there.
Yeah. It's a good idea to search. Just don't want to tip our hand. To make sure we caught her unaware.
So then what do? Bide our time here with the Jarl, wait until closer to the time of the ritual? As soon as Torquil goes to get the boy, they will know.
Correct. So maybe we stake out the home.
Wait for Torquil.
Or we ask the seer to find Torquil right now. If we're here, there's no point in spying on us.
Right, that is true. Can the Cid Madre change her focus and seek Torquil?
She can try to find Torquil. She is powerful enough. Though her more powerful spells, she can cast it but once more today. Her powers are nearly spent until tomorrow's sunrise. Let us be wise about our decisions before we commit to them.
Yeah.
She knows Torquil well. So, from what little knowledge I have of these types of magics, that would aid her in locating this person. All we know of the tiefling is the name Obsidian. Oh, although we do have an amulet.
That is her possession.
An item that is her possession. My Lord Jarl,
Perhaps we go straight for the head of the snake.
right, with this I believe that the Cid Madre could locate the tiefling herself, and I present the amulet.
Yeah, no, I don't have it.
I thought you had it.
I gave it to you guys. Remember?
Okay.
Yeah.
When we were inside the,
Yeah.
And you think that with this amulet, my Cid Madre could find this tiefling?
Depending on what magic she is using, yes, I have heard that personal items can be used to forge a stronger connection when scrying.
It is worth a try.
Give it up.
I will take it to her now.
We're gonna be spending enough time here to short rest.
Possibly. The Jarl stands up and he walks out of the room, opens up a door, and disappears into the darker parts of the Jarl's longhouse. For a while, you sit here.
We
You
take
have
the prisoners downstairs.
yeah.
I'm standing out in the cold.
Tell whoever's standing guard that the Jarl wants these guys imprisoned and come back.
Okay. You find a couple of the Jarl's men, some of the guards. They have them chained, shackled, and placed in a secluded room. Lock and key, no windows to it. What do? Short rest, correct?
Short rest. I'm just gonna hang tight.
Wait for the Jarl to come back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jinx.
At some point, find Mooney.
No, I'm just standing outside. That's all
Okay.
I'm doing.
You at the door.
You gonna come in and get warm every once in a while, Mooney? No?
No, I don't. I don't like being around him. Just like the Jarl.
So you take your short rest. You sit by the fire and gather up a little bit more food. The Jarl's hall is plentiful. You see that there are bowls and plates set upon a table in a corner, complete with cheeses and some room temperature meats that have been roasted probably the night prior, salted fish and whatnot. You kind of peruse over the jar of lutefisk that you have and trying to figure out exactly what it is. Spend other time. Oh, it smells horrible. It smells like lye and 3-week-old fish.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Delicious.
indeed.
Yeah, you're a turtle man. Right. Iron stomach.
Turtles and turtles probably don't eat a lot of lye.
No. But we eat decomposing fish.
Yeah.
That part might be good. Anyways, you take a short rest, doing your various things. The Jarl comes back after a bit and says, He has a stern look of what looks like disappointment upon his face. Torbjörg tells me that there are limits to the spell that she casts. She says that she cannot locate the creature if certain things do not line up. For one, there is a short range on it of only 1,000 feet,
I see.
Okay.
roughly. It's not even a quarter of a mile.
Well, now you know he's not in the city.
The city itself is a bit more than 1,000 feet.
Well, this means we know that she's not in the grove.
Yes.
Because the grove is right there. I mean, obviously, but...
Furthermore, the spell, she says, would fail should the tiefling be under the effect of certain other forms of magic. She has concealment magic, possibly, or even the fact that she might be polymorphed into another form. Should any of those circumstances arise, then she tells me that the magic would have no effect then either. She tried to channel the spell, but we came up with nothing. I returned to you the amulets. We used the last bit of her ability and strength to try to cast scrying. We did find Tordkill with that. He's about 2 miles outside of town. It looks like he's in an area with a cairn. The cairn itself looks to be the haunting ground of some sort of green hag.
And so that is where he is waiting for us. Those papers that we provided you with earlier, they were nothing but a red herring, meant to distract us from the prize.
But we learned many things from them either way.
Yes.
We did learn of a ritual, as you had said.
I'm beginning to think the only way we're going to confront her is when she's attempting this ritual.
So when we don't show up out there at this green hag's lair, Torquil will likely come looking for us.
Tordkill is likely growing suspect as it is.
Yes.
Torbjörg is continuing to watch him.
How will we come in?
Will you be sending men
We know where he's
to
supposed to be.
intercept him?
No.
No?
His entrances.
It seems mighty
walls.
suspicious if I were to send men to apprehend and intercept one of my own men.
That's true. But we do know where he was supposed to be.
Right.
He's supposed to pick up the child.
So no matter what happens with us, he has plans to pick up the child.
Right. But we don't need to be... All we have to do... Y'all. He's supposed to apprehend Olaf tomorrow. We know when. Can you gather him there? I fear he's been misled. We don't want to cause any more bloodshed. We just want to stop this ritual. You don't need to be involved in the apprehension of... I think your men will be best at this.
I will meet with Tordkill then tomorrow. I will meet him at the boy's house.
Okay. In the meantime, we should prepare.
Okay.
We need to... We're going to confront her at the ritual site.
Very well.
We need a druid to get in.
Well, we know of 3 that are here, but we do not know if they can be trusted.
Somehow the child got in there to begin with.
Right. So one of it's likely either Obsidian has a druid in her employ, or she has turned one of these 3.
Well, she is herself a druid. We have no idea what her power is.
That is true.
Upon the morning, I would have Torbjörg cast more of a scrying magic. Perhaps a powerful augury will allow me to know if I am able to trust any of my druids.
So, we break for the evening.
Sounds reasonable.
Plan?
I could use some
Olaf, you
rest.
stay close to us.
Okay.
For your own safety.
Kind of a really... I'm beginning to think that this isn't really part of my training.
Think of it as part of your training, but you are in great danger.
Oh.
One day you will become a great warrior, thanks to these circumstances.
Is there a secure room we can all sleep tonight?
A door opens, and one of the guards kind of gestures that way. I will allow you to sleep in the Jarl's men quarters.
Okay.
Each one of you will have your own room.
Alright.
What do you wish to do with the boy?
He's to stay with us.
Very well.
No one can be trusted. Well, not no one. Most people can't be trusted. Perhaps is there a room big enough for all of us to sleep in?
If that is what you wish, I shall accommodate a room for the four of you.
I think that would be wise.
That is fine.
Good.
Can someone go get Mooney?
I'll go get Mooney.
Let's go. Let's take a sleep.
Mm-hmm.
See anything suspicious from
Oh,
outside?
Mooney. All right, fine. I'll have the room accompany the five of you.
Right.
Yeah.
Mooney's his real name then, huh?
Yes,
Strange name.
it is. Indeed, he's very strange.
Perhaps then I should ask all of you. If you are not who you appear to be, what are your real names?
My name is Ember Bright.
Balthazar of House Seleos at your service, my lord Jarl.
I am Nakma, the Minotaur that caused the accidental explosion in the bay.
And Mooney.
I come in and they're introducing themselves, and I'm looking at them like, God damn it.
Mm-hmm. Mooney, many things have changed in your absence.
You asked a question about what you observed outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything suspicious?
No. There's not a lot going on out there. It's cold, windy, and snowy.
What'd you
Most
guys
people are
learn?
trying to avoid it.
Does the Jarl directly ask me what my name is as I walk in?
No.
May I present Mooney Rumbleforge?
I suppose.
You don't know my last name.
What?
You don't know my last name.
Oh, I don't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I figured I would after a year. May I present Mooney?
Yes, and. Very well.
The Jarl, with the help of the Sitmadra, has looked into the vast... I'll be honest, I don't know much about how magic works. I just have access to it thanks to some... Anyways, we'll get back to that. There are no ways to track obsidian at this moment. The Sitmadra has used all of her magic. And in the morning, she will cast more magic to try and locate a druid.
So he's not in the city.
No.
No.
Torquil awaits us at the Grove of a Green Hag.
In Obsidian?
Obsidian we cannot find.
Why aren't they gonna just meet, like, outside the city? Like, how are we gonna stop them from meeting?
We do not know.
Like, if we know where Thorkel is and we can find him and we can, like, get to him before, you know, that lady shows up, then we should be able to just stop them both, right?
The plan is for the Jarl to apprehend Torquil at Olaf's house tomorrow at noon during the arranged pickup time.
You tell his parents that?
No, but the Jarl may.
So you're telling everybody in town about our plan to take...
Not everybody.
To take him, like, before he even, like, is able to start this ritual? What if they tell everybody? Like, we already know that they're watching us somehow, and they knew that we knew that they were a cult.
The Jarl is
beforehand.
concerned that sending his own men after one of his other men is going to arouse too many suspicions. So the idea is to do it undercover.
Mm-hmm.
Follow your guys' lead. It's more, okay? I'm watching you, okay? I got your back no matter what we do. Just
We appreciate your help, Mooney. Our
I'm
plan.
talking to you, Taz.
I know.
The guy I've been working with this whole year. The guy who almost died thinks of these people.
It was terrifying. I threatened the Jarls, man.
Did you see her? You fucking murdered that lady.
Yeah, I know. It's a little worrisome. We've fallen in with a rough crowd, but I think that they can help us. So, our plan is to wait it out tonight. We will confront the druid and the tiefling in the grove.
I have business to attend to.
Very well. Do you need anyone to look after you?
I got this.
All right. I will stay close to Olaf and just have a rest for the night.
Settle down. Prepare to spend the night awaiting dawn of the third day.
Mm-hmm.
Sun goes down. Warm heat from the fire comforts you. The Jarl's place is very well furnished. Down blankets, comforters, soft beds, a belly full of good food, hearty. And you all reach level 3.
Whoa. Oh.
And we'll pick it up again next week.
Level 3.
So much intrigue.
We did something.
So much intrigue on the early levels.
Right? Fun stuff.
Yeah, that hag would have killed us.
Level 3.
Somebody would have died from that hag fight at level 2.
You ready to rage yet,
Well.
Nakma?
Right? It's gonna be cool.
Start attacking recklessly?
Sunday fought that hag at Game Storm last year at level 4.
Yeah, not level 2.
No.
All right, good night.
Whenever
Good night,
you fight a
everybody.
monster that's a solo monster, you basically cut that challenge rating in half. Because it becomes a punching bag.
Listen,
True.
we don't know that, okay? Don't raise the kabuki on us, okay?
All right, everyone say good night.
Good night.
Kimono, that's what it is.
Thanks for coming.
Don't let us see behind the kimono.
Bye-bye.
Oh, it's Kabuki.